All this Christmas classic on the TV behind me. I've started very silly for something a bit more serious-esque. But with the changes in the tier system, means that a lot of people have had their plans changed for Christmas. One of them in particular being Jasmine, who you're about to see an interview with, who's no longer able to come to England to celebrate Christmas with her family. So I just wanted to express sympathy for her and the countless other people who are in the same situation, regardless of where you are in the world and if your plans have been changed or not. I hope you all have had a great Christmas. This will be out on Boxing Day, but the period of Christmas, the window of Christmas, I hope, oh God, I sound like Boris, don't I? I hope everyone has a great Christmas, a safe one, a happy one. And even though it's not ideal, we'll all be back soon. Normal. Words. Anyway, on with the episode. Hello and cheers to a Boxing Day. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. Wherever you are, be it with family or because it's testing times on your own. Sorry if you are. Snuggle up by the fire. Have a mug of Coca-Cola. Because I don't drink and I'm not a massive fan of warm drinks. But hello, hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and happy Boxing Day. I've got my festive shirt on and hat. I will take the shirt off in a sec though, because I have a football shirt on underneath and it's very uncomfortable. While I do that, I will pass it over to the guest. Guest, who are you?
While you strip off, that is a bit.
There is a shirt. There's a
shirt. Oh, I wasn't expecting that surprise.
That it was.
If anyone who doesn't know me, I'm a Gladbach fan in Germany.
It was all meticulously planned.
It's more planning than I. Funnily enough, I won't ruin the surprise, but I'm just going to put down that I don't have any Gladbach shirts in my collection that I'm going to show today. But for those who don't know me, I'm Jasmine. I'm a football. I don't really write much at the moment since I've just moved to Germany, and there are a lot of tax things I need to sort out before I start properly working. I'm just going to clarify that I'm not currently working at the moment, just in case any English tax people want to try and arrest me. Can't do that just yet. So I'm currently a football expert on Premier League and Bundesliga.
The HMRC are very big fans of Kitted Out, but I'm a waiter, so I work in the service industry. So I have been pretty much unemployed for about 9 months this year. That does include a 2-month personal lockdown after being run over. So normally I ask what people are wearing if they're wearing a football shirt. You're not today. We've gone for a Christmas party theme. It's very festive. I'm wearing
turning up to the Christmas party with a Gladbach shirt.
I would probably wear this to a normal. I have the what they called cultural Leonosa tuxedo shirt, the goalkeeper one. I was very, very tempted to wear it to graduation. I didn't end up going to my graduation though, so I never wore it. But I'm wearing the Borussia Mönchengladbach 97 home shirt, I believe. It's a lovely shirt. It's a dark horse in my collection. Reebok had some very good shirts in the 90s. So you've introduced yourself. Let's go to your early life and football. So what was your introduction to football?
So I am the youngest of a family of 4. And I was born in northwest London, not far from Wembley. I think most people don't really know the ins and outs of northwest London, so I just say Wembley Stadium, but more in a city. So that's the way I kind of explain it to people. So I'm the youngest of 4 by quite a lot. My next sibling up is 8 years older than me, and you know, when you have 2 brothers and quite a, I don't want to use the term tomboyish because it's quite old fashioned, but in those days you would. I say those days like the early 90s where I'm nearly 30. I can say those days now,
Back
especially
in the
you.
day.
You're very young. And a tomboyish sister who used to play a lot of football, it was kind of inevitable that I joined with them watching and listening to football on the radio. And I will say, unfortunately, right now, that unfortunately I was born in an Arsenal family. Um, I will talk about it. There's one memory that I have particularly of Arsenal, which matches the shirt that I have, which is probably my earliest memory of football. But I remember watching a match between a red team and a blue team, probably when I was 2 years old, and I was a weird kid. I was scared of colours, and at the time I was scared of red. So I was indirectly supporting Chelsea that match, and and I was told very quickly that no, that wasn't the thing to do in my family, and it was Arsenal that I was supporting, and that quickly got into my headset where I supported Arsenal. All right, so secondary school can be quite a lonely place, especially if you're more of an outcast or you were a little bit different. You don't conform to the standards. And for me, football was very much my thing throughout my teenage years. And despite going into music for further education and dropping out of that, going through retail and then the gambling industry, I found my way back into football with writing. And now I'm quite proud to say that I've written for several different publications. You know, people actually respect my opinion when I analyze teams and talk about teams. And yeah, that's how I've gotten from early life football, what football meant to me, to this stage today.
I just started laughing to myself because I was going to mention that apparently Szoboszlai is going to Arsenal. Uh,
Please don't mention that. It's done. Leipzig's done. I don't want to ever go against Arsenal in the nose again. Yeah, you might know something, but when I start talking about something on that worth, oh no, the fireplace
I
fell.
burnt myself.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's
No,
all
don't
right.
worry.
But going back
Yeah.
to watching an Arsenal Chelsea game, I can relate to following Chelsea. Being a City fan 15 years ago, obviously I was a Chelsea fan. But and also when you were saying how to describe where you live, everyone who I went to uni with, I just told I was from Manchester because apparently no one knows where Cheshire is. So it was just easy to say Manchester.
And just Manchester and a little bit out. Just
Yeah, I
I
just told
think people
everyone between Manchester and Liverpool, and they're like, "All right, okay, cool."
Um, yeah, there's so many little towns and cities, and like I have a little bit of a greater understanding of Manchester, mainly because of the football clubs, but also my brother moved to Wigan, and you've got like Manchester area, Greater Manchester, and it's a bit like London and Greater London. And
Yeah.
then someone will come in and say, Watford's London, and you just stand up to them and be like, do you want to go outside for a fight?
You take that anti-London stuff outside right now. So you mentioned how, unfortunately, at the moment you are currently an Arsenal fan. This has led you into doing 30K now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anyone is not in the know, I don't. Let me try and find the original tweet. But Jasmine put out that for every game that Arsenal do not win, she will run 10K, and there have been 3 games, 2 losses, 1 draw. Right?
Yep.
How's that going?
It's so, as I've mentioned, I've just recently moved to Germany, and I moved in early mid-November, and the week coming up to that, anyone who like followed me on Instagram would know how much I exercise usually. It's normally quite a lot, but since the move, it's gone to nothing. And the last few weeks, unfortunately, I've been pretty sick and with the move as well. So I'm getting back into like my fitness levels, and it's honestly the most painful thing in the world. It has been a rude awakening to run how much I used to run. And that second run, today's one was a lot better. Oh, I say today, by the time this goes out, God knows how much I'll have to run.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, so the tweet was December 6th. We're recording this on December 17th. So there have been 3 in 11 days. And there could potentially be more. It was funny when you were saying that it's painful running how much you did, because I thought you were going to say it's painful watching Arsenal. Which
it's basically on a par watching Arsenal or running like a 10K every time that they don't win, and it's honestly neck and neck. But today's run was definitely better than watching Arsenal.
this is not all self-gratification though, so there is a positive side to this. You are doing it to raise money.
Yes, I'm especially in light with the recent events, especially in the Premier League around Black Lives Matter. All proceeds that are donated through my Just Giving account go directly to Show Racism the Red Card England. So I think it's a really important aspect. I'm mixed race myself. And there needs to be more of a focus of education around race and relations, and Show Racism the Red Card is a brilliant education initiative for that. And I think especially in the football setting where everyone in England does love football, or the majority, it's definitely a brilliant initiative to get behind.
Yes, I will put the Just Giving link in the description of this episode, as well as your Twitter, but we'll get to that later. Talking about your Twitter, there was, because we've had this on the books, should we say, for about a week, and when Chelsea played Brighton, you tweeted that your partner said that a Brighton player got injured because of his rude sexiness. Now I know he's German, so I was just wondering if he'd have time for me to talk to him about our Lord and Savior Kevin Trapp on being the handsomest footballer in the world.
Oh my gosh. I think I would agree with you. I'm not sure.
Well, he
I
would
mean,
or wouldn't.
obviously, I think I'm not the person to ask about Kevin. I don't really want to say this out loud, but I'm going to. I think I've been told, let's put it this way, to put it a more democratic way, I've been told that I have weird taste. So I don't think Kevin Trapp is my German lessons are going very well. Kevin Trapp's the most attractive German footballer. But this is coming from a girl who fancied Sebastian
Schweinsteiger.
Yes.
Yeah.
My head's gone. My head's basically mush. I can't read things out unless I see them in my head, and if I can't see them in my head, pronunciation goes straight out the window.
That was the 4th glass of mulled wine you've had. Kidding, of course.
That was only the one.
I know.
Lockdown is hard.
yeah, it is. To also timestamp this, the tiers are out again. Tier 3, what up? But let's go into kits before this all falls to pot. So kits, what got you into collecting, and would you say you're much of a collector or a passing interest?
I feel that I'm somewhere in the middle right now. Especially some people are big into past kits, and I am sometimes, but I'm more looking what's out at the moment. and what's going to be out and what's quite cool. And so I would say I'm more of a recent kit collector. I have around 50 kits at the moment, which again isn't that many, but I've managed to, earlier in the year I spread them all out on a king size bed and then had to step on a chair to take a picture of them. I think that was for the kit challenge earlier this year.
Kits Out Challenge.
April. Yeah. And so I've got around 50 to 60. I think there's a few knocking back at my parents'. I brought most of them with me to Germany and have had a bit of a step back from them just to sort out everything. But I would say I quite like my comfy clothing, and my love of football and the comfy clothing. I just got more into, you know what, I should wear a Arsenal kit at the gym. I should wear this very stylish Fiorentina shirt at home or when I'm going out to the shops, because I mean streetwear and athletic wear has become more of the norm to wear when you're going out to shops, and especially this year where everyone's spent most of their year inside, it's kind of classy but comfortable. And I think that kind of made it more attractive to me to start collecting them, because I really love my football. I really am quite a visually perceptive person. I like colours, I like designs, and I like the comfort of them. So it just seemed natural to me to start buying them as memento or just something cool to wear.
Yeah, 100%. The whole streetwear, sportswear becoming streetwear kind of really blew up in. I pin it down to 2018 with the release of the Nigeria World Cup kit, because there was a whole line, like even the bucket hat sold out. Which, who's buying a bucket hat? But there we are. There was, so I know last year's Arsenal and Adidas collection, like the revamped retro. I know you got one or two pieces in that. Did you get anything from the drop that's just happened?
I don't want to mention how much money I put into Cronky's pockets. I've sent a few tweets saying, oh, I'm not going to line Cronky's pockets this year, especially what's been going down at the club recently. And then 5 minutes later, I've absolutely lined his pockets. So I bought for myself both of the jackets, the rain jacket and like the hooded, I don't know if it's hooded, but the sweat jacket, I think they've named it as, because the jackets are cool. And you know, I've been trying to look for the actual retro jackets that the team used to wear in, I think around 97, but they're not anywhere. This is the closest thing to that. And you know, 97, 96 Arsenal, Arsene Wenger coming into the club, which is basically the backbone of the club.
I remember it well.
Yeah, it's. Were you even born then?
97. So I think he joined 96, right?
96, yeah. He joined middle of, I think, and then I'm an Arsenal fan and a football expert, but my years are just in my brain go into like.
I think that happens with everyone.
If anyone played Pokemon, the first Pokemon, when you do the cheat code with the missing number, that's what my brain is. But I think it's midway through 96, and then his first full season was 96, 97.
Right.
Where he won the double. So yeah, you came out a good year.
Not for City. Were they relegated that year? I'm not sure. But I know we were promoted in 99. So I had last week's episode, and not one that I recorded yesterday. I spoke to another Arsenal fan about this collection, asking about his thoughts on the revitalized retro. And my opinion was, I'm I don't know how I feel about it. However, I know that if City went back with Umbro or Kappa and they did this line, I would be all over it. So I'm just a hypocrite.
They know how to market to our brains, basically.
Yeah, 100%. Because I've seen some of that stuff, and like even the promotional video, it was amazing. The jackets and it because it looks very accurate. Like there are some things where they try and redo retro stuff, and it just does not hold up to the original. It looks awful. And then there are some which are like bang on, and these are really great.
I mean, it was the same as last year when I've got both of the jackets, and yeah, like they're great to wear. They look the part like you would wear in the 90s. I have fun memories going out with those jackets during this time last year when we were allowed out. And yeah, they really are the part. They haven't arrived yet. I've actually got them sent to England at the moment, so I'll pick them up when I'm back. But I'm very excited to wear the jackets.
I thought you meant they were going to Germany. I was like, don't hold your breath. I saw a picture of like a Welsh post office today, and it was like a warehouse just full of sacks full of post. And they're like, yeah, so there's going to be a delay. I've been waiting on a shirt coming from Australia. I bought it about 3 months ago. I'm still waiting for it, which is really weird because in August I bought a player issue France shirt from someone in Australia, and it came in 10 days. I was like, oh, wow, that's incredible. And now you factor in lockdown. I've been waiting best part of a year for it. I want my shirt.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad at the moment. I mean, added Christmas as well as COVID. People who are trying to buy. I will be surprised if my Adidas stuff comes tomorrow. But you know, waiting times between Royal Mail and other courier services, we don't know how long it's going to take.
Yeah, what's worse is it's a player issue Kappa shirt that I've got coming. And it would have fit me when I bought it. I might struggle into it now. After this, I'm probably going to go buy a Toblerone, so I'm really only to blame. But your a white chocolate Toblerone, of course. So your kits, do you have many themes running through it, or is it just colours and designs that you like?
So the few that I've chosen out today, a lot of them are 90s. I don't know, I wouldn't say football was better at the time, but it was, I guess, maybe Arsenal were better, so I'm a bit biased to the time. But it was a lot of, the Premier League came into fruition 92. You had the offside rule, you couldn't back pass anymore, things like that. So football really started to form, like the tactics that came from the 90s that affect present day to before the 90s, where it was a bit different. So a lot of the shirts are from them. But in my kind of collection in general, most of them are Arsenal kits and more recent Arsenal kits. I can't really decide like just buying one anymore. I normally buy the whole three, especially since Adidas came back there. This year's ones have been pretty different, but I've kind of succumbed to it. I'm like, oh, raspberry ripple. I know it's blood on marble, but to me it's raspberry ripple, and I love my food, so I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. So yeah, the majority of those 50 are Arsenal shirts. I'm trying to think of any other themes. They're mostly national team. We had the Italy third kit last year. It reminds me of mint Viscounts, which are a fantastic biscuit, and I don't like mint chocolate, but it's that kind of dark green emblem pattern, very royal.
Yeah, was that the Renaissance kit? I think that's what they called it. I'm not too sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So I put this tweet out a while ago. I'm not a massive fan of Italy shirts. Like these, so the three that are out at the moment, there's the white, the blue, and the the green one. All very similar designs. Everyone loves them. I'm on the fence. I think they're okay. I understand why people like them, but I think they're a Puma design, and that's. I think I can say that, and people will understand what I mean by that.
We had Puma for quite a few years, and a lot of people say, "Oh, our Puma ones were pretty lame," and I don't think they were that bad for Arsenal Puma. There were, I think maybe again I'm a bit biased because we won silverware under a few of those shirts, so they kind of hold that sentimental feeling to me. I think I've got an gold Adidas away, Adidas Puma away shirt from a couple of years back, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the kits of the year that we won the FA Cup, and it has Özil on the back, and I just love it to pieces. I just absolutely love it, and it's not a classy one, but it was pretty different. You have the dark navy with the gold kind of diamond cut shape pattern on it, and I'm just, even though people will probably be like, oh, it's not really great, it reminds me of something.
That's one of the things doing this series. That's one of the things that I found hold a weight in people's collections, where if they're not just collecting shirts they like, it's also shirts to hold sentimentality or like personal memorabilia. So there is one shirt that I bought. What is it? I can't remember. Oh, I haven't got it. It's an Ireland shirt. I think it's like a Republic of Ireland 2003 shirt. And the only reason I want to get that shirt again was because it's the shirt. It's the earliest memory shirt. It's the earliest shirt. Fuck. It's the shirt that features in the earliest memory of mine that I have about.
Okay.
My dad got it me, but I've not been able to find one in my size recently. And I also want to make sure, because there's a few kits around that time where they look very similar, so I want to make sure I get the right one. But yeah, so that's fine. So you said you got some kits off to one side. Let's jump in to these, and I'll get mine down as well.
When you can reach, you've got longer arms than I. Don't disconnect anything though.
Oh, there we go.
Right. I can't remember how much is in my pile, but maybe I'll do two at once because they're from around the same years. So the first two are basically, I'm going to say basically because kits back then, you normally had a 2-year window rather than the 1-year window that you get now. So we've got the Arsenal 91-93 shirt. So 92, January 92 was the year I was born. It's all mirrored and I can't really figure out. So we've got the home kit from 91-93, and then from a similar year, I'm pretty sure it was 91-92.
Yeah.
I think it might have been the year before as well, the bruised banana. Now, I don't have to go into that much detail on why the bruised banana makes a appearance in this one. It's a cult classic. It keeps on coming up to this day in terms of hats, socks, and this year especially face masks. Not only was it 92 the year of my birth and the year of these kits, but it was also the year of Ian Wright joining Arsenal, and he was the top scorer for the club in his first year and the 92-93 season. So, I mean, he was with us until 98, I want to say. And what an icon he was to the club. I mean, he features in all the kind of marketing stuff that the retro line that we just pulled out. He was the main part of it again. One of my earliest memories, as I said before at the start, what got me into football, one of my earliest memories is the massive poster of Ian Wright, my eldest brother, who is a good 13 years older than me. had on his door. So, you know, those two kits especially mean a lot to me. And despite not having any Arsene Wenger kits in this pack, Arsene Wenger still means the world to me. It was George Graham's reign with these two kits, but, you know, having Ian Wright, such an icon, represent your club in those shirts, I think that's why loads of Arsenal fans love the retro line, because it reminds people of him especially.
Definitely. And you don't need to sing more praise about the bruised banana. It's still an incredibly iconic shirt. People still debate whether it's a nice shirt or not, and then when someone says it's not, they get flooded with hate. But no, it's like
everyone deserves an opinion. It's a cultural icon, even if you don't like the design.
Definitely. And the Ian Wright is like, he's on everything. So he was the away shirt launch of last year. He was in that, wasn't he? I seem to remember him sat in a barber's chair. Was he in that bit? I can't remember.
I think he's been in like every one recently. I think he's the only highlight the club has at the moment.
He's now sold his soul to Facebook because he's on the Facebook portal adverts with he's got Bradley and Sean involved in it as well. They're quite funny, actually, seeing Ian Wright dance like an idiot. But anyway, they're two very nice shirts. I like the sleeve design of the home one. Very what's the word? Adidas equipment. There we go. Because of the Germany '92 home shirt, I've got that one. It's the same design. Very, very nice.
I would love one of those. I need to, now that I'm a German, basically. I'm just going to call myself a German. I need more German shirts. I've only got one, which, is it in this pile? I might have forgotten it, but my old work got for me before leaving, which was very sweet of them.
I remember seeing the your picture that they put up. It was this year's one, right? It's the new home one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I believe.
I have more Germany shirts than I do England shirts. I'm trying to think back. I don't think I've ever had an official England shirt.
Okay. I especially want that 92 home shirt as well, because that cut of the Arsenal one, the kind of baggy with that baggy sleeve look, is one of my favorite cuts. Just again, I like the comfort. It's both stylish and comfortable, and I wore that shirt.
That one. Just make sure we're on about the same shirt.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
And I wore that 91-93 shirt this year on the FA Cup final. So I have and I think both the times we've beat Man United at home in recent years. So it's like, in my head, it's a good luck charm as well.
Yeah, I've had no good luck charms this year. I've just worn a different shirt each game, and we just look scared to shoot. But hey, that's that. Let's not talk about that. No, God, not again. I don't want to see Mendy play ever again. What are your next shirts?
So this is, outside of Arsenal shirts, this I think is my most favorite one. It's Ajax. I just turned the light on with my elbow doing that. Magic tricks as well. It's the Ajax 94-95 shirt, and anyone who doesn't know about Ajax's season in 94-95, it was one of the best footballing teams ever. There's just no argument about it. They won the Champions League with Louis van Gaal at the helm. Their team had so many good players. I keep on researching that season of theirs, and I'm always surprised how many good players that they had. They had Seedorf, they had Rijkaard, they had both the De Boers, they had Kanu, they had Van der Sar as their number 2, they had Litterman, who was, I think, either their league goal scorer or all goal scorer in that year. Overmars, Danny Blind, and Patrick Kluivert. They won the Champions League. I think they won the treble. They won the Eredivisie. They won the Champions League, and I feel like they won the Dutch Cup as well. It was basically, yeah, that team and the players who played in that shirt stood for a whole lot of what football is and what football should be, how entertaining and how you play football. That not only is it an amazing shirt to wear, but the people who wore it in the 90s just were the best at football.
It is like an instant iconic one as well. So as soon as that one comes up on class football shirts, it is quickly snapped up, and it's quite a steep price too for if you want to get it in a bigger size. It's a very nice shirt. I have a couple Ajax shirts, but that one is not one that I have. I'm trying to think.
It's one of those Umbro. So as you mentioned, Reebok 90 shirts are amazing. Umbro as well. They're not as, I wouldn't say as common. They are common, but not on the bigger teams anymore. So it's just, yeah, Umbro had quite a good few in the 90s.
I do have this Umbro Ajax one. I just can't remember which year.
That wouldn't have come that long after or before this one.
No, I think it may have been after that one.
The year after this one was like greenish. So, yeah.
Yeah, around a similar time. I can't remember. I only bought that one for like 30 quid as well off eBay. That was one of my better steals. It was fun.
I'm going to take a punt and say that's around 92. I think it's a couple of years earlier than that one.
Oh, okay.
Because I've seen it floating about.
I will load up the eBay listing while you show the last shirt. Sorry, the next shirt.
Shirt?
I don't know why I said the last one.
I feel like this one's going to be a favourite of many. I think this says, I once put this on Twitter, me wearing it, and it got like 800 likes, and I couldn't understand why. But it is the Fiorentina 98-99 shirt. Now, the team at the time didn't win anything and was quite disappointing in not winning anything. Also, when do you see a Fila shirt? When do you see that logo anymore?
I don't remember. There's a lot of old brands coming back. So I know Maber has come back as well, which I'm very excited about. And and Kelme as well, being with Watford. But Fila, yeah.
I mean, they still exist.
Yeah.
Where are the shops?
Sports Direct.
Yeah. Just like the tracky tops that you get, just like, yeah, full early 2000s.
With the Lonsdale and the Champion and all
that. This shirt is cool. I mean, I was when I was growing up, a gamer. I wouldn't say I'm a gamer, but I do like computer games and they're a great distressor. But this shirt reminds me of Gabriel Batistuta. He was the top scorer. He was just an excellent player. And as like what I said with Ajax 93-94, that team going forward was one of the best teams ever. Their strategy was like Kevin Keegan and Newcastle, just outscore them and you'll be fine. But that year they didn't actually win anything. They actually crumbled. I think that was the year that they got thrown out of the European tournament because someone threw a handmade bomb at an assistant, something like referee.
This is news to me.
So, I'm pretty sure this is the show. Not that I'm condoning any of that, of course. I'm condoning Batistuta's goals along with Rui Costa.
That's where Istanbul Başakşehir went wrong. They should have threw a homemade bomb at the assistant ref. Anyway,
is it Graham Souness who goes on with is it but I can't the name. There's who was the person who managed a Turkish team, and in the derby he sticks the corner flag in the middle
I'm
of
very
the
sorry.
pitch.
I'm very
You
sorry.
have to.
My European football knowledge is not there.
I'm pretty sure it's. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Soonest. Is it? I'm gonna have to find this out because I feel like an absolute idiot.
Yes, he was at Galatasaray. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. My head completely blacked out on who it was, but yeah, definitely view that video if you haven't. If you want to just see European craziness, kind of gone very off tangent there, but I felt like it was a story that just needs to be.
Fair. That is
said.
that
Not
is
about this have anything to do with it.
that is a very nice shirt. Yeah,
It's like
Fiorentina
a nice
and
part.
Nintendo.
And it's Nintendo.
Exactly.
What Nintendo like SNES days coming straight back at you.
How about Nintendo Switch? No, but Nintendo and 7-Up are two very iconic sponsors for Fiorentina. So
yeah, I don't have the 7-Up one, and I want the 7-Up one. It's kind of the same kind of iconic as Portsmouth. Is it Portsmouth with the Beanie Babies TY logo?
Yeah. Now, I didn't know this. I found out the other week. It must have been about, do you know what? This year's gone so slower, but it must have been about a year ago. I found one in a charity shop. And I didn't actually realize that the sponsorship is actually like a Beanie Baby material. So I thought it was always just going to be like printed on or something like this, where it's like a bit like felt. No, it was genuinely like the sponsor was a Beanie Baby. I was so impressed.
If anyone has an eBay link to that shirt, please send it to me straight away because I will need that. I will need that. So following up those, this one is just like a personal favorite. Nothing really. Well, a little bit happened in '96, but it's the French '96 kit. I fucking love it. It's just such a good. You've got the French logo imprinted. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah.
It's just different. You've got basically a shoelace to tie the collar in and tie the shirt in. The chicken is glittery gold, which I feel is seasonal right now. It's just a very cool shirt to wear. 96 was for France not massively great, and they went out of the Euros in a penalty shootout to the Netherlands. But it was before the really exciting, it was like 2 years before the really exciting France team came through. So it's a bit of an end of a boring era for the France squad, I would say. But more than anything, it's just a cool ass shirt to wear. Like, look at me. The cut's loose. It's another Adidas classic, and it's just one of my personal favorite ones.
It's got the sleeve patches on as well, which is amazing. If a football shirt has got lace, then it's incredible. I have to change what I say because I once said someone had like a similar shirt and I said I love a bit of lace and someone looked at me very, very questionable. So I had to rephrase that. But a football shirt with lace on is incredible. And I just love like the Adidas influence everywhere of the three stripes. It's amazing.
It's just, I don't know about me, but national football isn't one of my expertise. But in the 90s, it seemed to mean a lot more than it does now. I'm not sure about then, but and this genuinely seems like one of those shirts that you'd be proud to play for.
No,
even the 98 kit afterwards was pretty good. It was pretty good as well. So they made a few bangers around that time, the 90s.
Definitely. I'm steering my collection towards 90s Bundesliga. And there's just so many, and I'm still finding out new ones every time. Like someone sends me a link, and I'm like, I have never seen this shirt in my entire life, but I need it.
I need to revisit 90s Bundesliga for sure, because as I said, I think I've only got one Bundesliga shirt, which is Borussia Mönchengladbach, I think 08-09 home kit, because I saw it going cheap and it was a 10-year-old, 11-year-old size. I was like, right, yeah, I'm gonna get that. And yeah, that's the only one, and one German national team one that I have. So I'm pretty sure, especially with your shirt that you're wearing, I'm sure there's a few classics in there.
Can I interlude with didn't you get the Dortmund shirt this year?
Oh crap! Yeah, I did. The what Pokemon is
Pokemon
it?
one.
Electabuzz.
I'm not a
Yeah, I
Pokemon
did.
uh, person. But no,
I know my collection better than you.
well, just because I remember when it came out and there was a lot of dislike for it, but you were like one of the only few people I know who got it.
Yeah, I really, yeah, thank you for reminding me about that. And sometimes I forget Dortmund exists, even though they've been the bane of my life the last week with Favre going. Um, yeah, I like that one. I'm not very much a person who likes the color yellow, but it looked kind of more exciting. I think there's something about me and lightning bolts that I kind of like. There's an Arsenal 96 away kit with the
Nike one.
yeah, there's two. There's one with the massive lightning strike, and there's one that looks like tiny lightning strikes. I've got the one with the tiny ones. But yeah, so there's something about that Dortmund kit that I really liked. So I'm not even a Dortmund fan, as I said.
Fair. I'd say that Dortmund are my German team, but I do not shy away from anything Bundesliga. So this season's Stuttgart away shirt, the jacket that goes with the shirt. Oh my lord, I'm gonna buy it. Have you seen it?
Yes, and I would say this, like, if they released the jackets that also came out, like not even, they would make so much more money if they promoted jackets more than shirts. I think shirts look insanely better, and you can wear a loose fit and look, it's easier to wear on top of that. I mean, yeah, it doesn't mean as much, but it's still fun.
Yeah, no. Some of the jackets. I've bought a lot of jackets this year. I think I've bought more football jackets than I have shirts. One of them being the Italy 1994 one,
Ooh.
Diodora one. I do you know. I don't actually think I have a picture of it. I normally take a picture of everything that I get in my collection, but I don't. Oh no. But yeah, it's amazing. Before the episode
On that,
ends, I'll run and go put it on.
yeah, just run now. So I've got two more shirts to show. So on that note about a lot of sportswear becoming streetwear, I think this is my favorite kind of cross between the two. It's the PSG third European home kit of last season.
Yeah.
Last season was such a blur. I had to double check that this was last season's and not the season before. So, I mean, there's something about this that is just eminently cool. And PSG is a very cool team at the moment with Neymar and Mbappe. And so, anyone who listened to me on the last time I spoke to you was the whole pop the collars
Yeah.
elite chic look. See that?
There we go.
And this is such a nice shirt. I mean, PSG did wonderful things last year as well, especially in Europe. They actually made the Champions League final. And all of their European home games would have been, unless there was a kit clash, would have been the shirt. Obviously, they won a domestic treble, but I'm not going to go into the French league that much. Because there's only, I mean, apart from Lyon, kind of, Monaco's fallen apart from a couple of years back, and it's normally PSG's to lose most years. So, but that is the one stripe collar Nike. This is the year that Nike third kits were just outrageous. I've got the Inter Milan one, the Barcelona third one, which was kind of pajama-y, but I still liked. I'm not going to mention Tottenham, although that's the other third kit that they did.
They did some really nice away third kits, and the only reason I remember that is because when I was in London in February, I went into I was working on Carnaby Street, and I went into the Nike. What's the Nike shop called there? Nike Town. There we are. And I couldn't find many football shirts, but that was one of the only ones that I did see. And there's a lot more detail to it there's a lot more detail to the shirt that I didn't know about. So there's a lot of a shadow print. There's a lot of detail which isn't really around in much football shirts anymore. But no, it's a really, really good shirt. And all of Nike's third shirts last year, like the Chelsea one with the collar, same as the 94 Dortmund one. And similar to this, really, but amazing.
They had a very good and probably a very profitable 1920 third kit season, because, as I said, even I bought them, and there was just something very different about those kits. Very stylish, very chic, that were just easy to buy and easy to wear, which are things that I look to.
Well, even the Roma third shirt from last year, that sold out every time it came in stock.
That's another one that I got.
You've got that?
Yeah, but the red. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was another one.
You're sat on a pile of gold there. If you like, I think the cheapest I've seen it resell for at the moment is about 120 quid.
Yeah, but I don't care about the resale value. Normally when I buy those stuff, it's for me to wear all the time, even though they're bigger on me.
No, that's fine. I don't buy to resell, but I know a lot of people who do. I'm sat on a few. It is handy to know that if times are hard, I do have a couple shirts stored away somewhere that I could get 1 or 2 zeros for. But what's next? How many shirts left? Did you say 2 or?
Sorry.
How many shirts have you got left?
Oh, only one.
Was it one?
The last one.
So I thought the PSG one was the third. Yeah. Okay. What's next?
Okay, so this one doesn't have any real football bearing to it. It is a football shirt. I got it for Christmas last year when things still seemed pretty normal. But this one is close to my heart. It is a Zanzibar away kit. I think of a couple of years back. I've got another one which has a leopard on the bottom size, which is very large for me, but I wear it as a dress sometimes. But this is one that I got given at Christmas. My brother noticed that I was buying more kits, and for my Christmas present, he thought he'd find one from where my dad is from, and this is the only one that he could find. And I'm pretty sure if you go to the Zanzibar Football Association website, you actually have to go to the Tanzanian Football Association website to buy the kits. I don't even think it's a semi-autonomous region. It is part of Tanzania now. It used to be its own country. But yeah, it's where my dad's from, and it means a lot to me. And where I'm from, it looks more of a dashiki, which is like an African dress shirt in Eastern Africa, more than an actual football shirt, especially with how the collar is cut and the print around the collar. And it looks more like a darts shirt, actually, with the cut and the sleeve pattern as well, which would be great to wear if I was good at darts. But and a lovely Zanzibarian.
That is a very nice shirt. And I'm guessing you're not really going to find many, especially if you've got to jump through that many hoops to get one.
I'm not sure how long it took to arrive into the country pre-COVID times, but like it's just, it was just one of those presents that I wasn't actually expecting, that he actually went out to find out about it. I can tell you what the logo means because my Swahili isn't that great. There is the Zanzibar Football Association. I can't remember what the
Crest?
motto means.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were
I could read
asking.
it out. Yeah, do you know?
Yeah, I'm big in my Swahili language. Nah, I'm sorry, I'm not clear.
But yeah, I think it's always nice to have a reminder of what home is, and especially where I come from. And what doesn't really have a football association still have their own shirt of a tiny little island off Tanzania.
It's very nice, and as I say, there's not going to be many around, so it's a good one to have. Taking it back to, I'm just going to set my microphone down, and hopefully it doesn't press any keys on my laptop. Okay. Going back to festive theme, I'll quickly jump through my two shirts because everyone's probably had them yesterday. If you celebrate Christmas, I'm being very general here, but I'm going to change the zoom on my camera, so it's going to go very close to me. There we go. Oh, how horrific is that? But this one, I needed to zoom in so you'd be able to see that it's actually broccoli. So this one is the 2015 La Jolla CD shirt. They're sponsored by local farmers, I think. So they've gone for their region is known for broccoli, so they've gone for a broccoli-related shirt. Yeah, I thought it was peas at first. I believe my I showed this to my friend, and I think the sponsor means something like "give me water" or something like that.
Necessary water. Like I think from my, I think it's like water is a necessity.
Yeah,
It seems pretty obvious, but like a lot of languages just cut out lots of English semi words, so it's like necessarily water. So
yeah, and I believe this shirt is probably the reason why there is a lot of random food-related shirts in Spain. And then this one I won, which is the. You know what, okay, I'll zoom back out. This is awful seeing me like that. There we go. So it's the Bedale shirt for this season. After remember the Paddy Power kit that they did for Brighton as the promotional, not Brighton, Huddersfield as they did for the promotional stunt, and then Huddersfield got a fine. So Bedale got a fine last year, and they were banned from wearing the last year's shirt, which was the Bangs and Mash one. So this one is to celebrate their vegan range. All of the, I think, I can't remember the percentage, but a percentage of every shirt purchase goes to Prostate Cancer UK, because there was someone who was part of the club who passed with prostate cancer. So they've done a lot of fundraising with him. I did an episode on them, so if anyone wants to go back and listen to that. But yeah, so they're very, very wacky. I think the goalkeeper shirt for this year is a cheese grater. It's a giant grater. But on the back, I don't know if it's mirrored, but it says "Get ready for a roasting," which is great because on there,
we need more comedy shirts.
We do.
All top tiers of football.
We do. So the I think it was the hot dog one. Yeah, it was. So the hot dog one, which was the second one in there. It's not a trilogy. Let's call it a series. But it said "You'll never pork alone" on the back. So they're just ticking a lot of boxes here. We do need more.
Oh, that's gonna tickle me for the rest of today.
There's obviously there's some celebratory kits in Germany. I know FC Köln aren't doing their Oktoberfest shirt this year, but I think is it Mainz or someone's done a carnival shirt this year. they're always very snazzy. I can't remember who it is, but I can see the shirt. It's black, and it's got little red circles on it. And if I remember how
It's
to
one of
navigate Facebook.
two, I think. That sounds very Cone.
Nuremberg. That's
Oh, okay. Oh God, I should have known that. Yeah, Nuremberg. Oh yes, I remember seeing that, and then I was like, yeah, I don't have to worry about them as a team. I've forgotten who they are. Are they even second league? I should know this. I'm the expert, but I can't even remember what league they're in.
I think they're
You've got
in. Go on.
No, because I think they flirted with relegation last season, and I can't remember if they actually got relegated or not.
I'm not too sure. I'm gonna hedge my bets and
Hopefully
say
not.
they're in. And
Hopefully, my boyfriend doesn't listen back to this because I think then he'll lecture me about what clubs are in which.
Come on, he switched off after 10 minutes like everyone else does. Yeah, I'd Google, but that doesn't make for entertaining viewing. So if anyone wants to call us an idiot in the comments, and if anyone from Nuremberg is watching, I apologize.
I apologize if I can't remember if you're Spider Bundesliga or sorry, Bundesliga. I really, really apologize. But I've watched both leagues before, so that's better than most people.
But it's fine because they're irrelevant.
I don't want to say that and then actually be in the second league and then me actually having to read about them. No, I've accidentally. Oh no, they're in the second league. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, especially when I have to deal with watching Darmstadt most of the time, which is where I'm based. I should have really known that. But a lot of your teams are the same, so.
I really want the VfL Bochum 1997 shirt. Just chucking it out there. If anyone finds one that isn't about 120 quid, then let me know.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of good ones in not only Germany's top league, but also the second league and third. I mean, I talked about Darmstadt a bit, but they I don't really like their away kit. It's anyone who's seen it, it's like a carrot. It's bright orange, and then there's more pastel orange stripes with that kind of orange with pastel orange stripes going down, like sachet, so diagonal stripes, and then a massive navy blue color because they're navy blue and white usually, and it's quite funky.
Who's the team with the badge has got a zebra on? Is that I had a team in my name. Dresden.
No, it's not Dresden. My two followed teams in Bundesliga 2 and 3 is Dresden and Darmstadt. So maybe it's Dresden. I don't believe it is. They're unless it's their new kit.
I'm just gonna German football badge zebra. I'll Google that and hopefully it doesn't show Mönchengladbach.
It shouldn't be Dresden. Dresden is kind of it's a bit Dortmund coloured, black and goldish, and then they've got red undertones in some of theirs.
Duisburg. I knew it was a D.
Okay, thank God. I'm saved once again. Okay, I couldn't remember Nuremberg if they got relegated or not, but I think Nuremberg is the one that had somehow jumped to the playoff of relegation and then won their playoff and stayed in the second league, which is why I'm so confused. But if that isn't the case, then I am just talking shit.
I feel sorry for the people who are going to be bald at the end of this episode for like pulling their hair out, being like, "No, it's this." But so any Holy Grail shirts? I mean, there's a lot we spoke about a lot already, but are there any that come to mind?
Holy Grail. I mean, I think it's the Ajax 94-95 that I've showed you. Like, that is just a class shirt, and it means so much to not only what football is, but also the design and how you wear it. It just ticks all boxes for me and what I look to in a shirt.
Fair enough. I have many. Pretty much anything 90s Bundesliga I don't own. I've got the 94-95 Dortmund home shirt, but anything after that, home shirt wise, I've got a 97 away shirt, the grey one. I have that one, which the sponsor at the time was S. Oliver, and my name's Oliver Shepherd, so a lot of people will be like, is that a personalised shirt? It's like, no, it's just a horrific coincidence. I'm asked that every time I wear it, and it's quite the question. But I'm just quickly checking my questions. That is everything that I have, question-wise. Yeah, if you want to promote anything, if you want to tell the audience anything, go ahead now.
I mean, follow me on Twitter. I'm _Jasmine Baba, which is BABA. Very simple last name for anyone. And if you can support me, run for show races of the red card, because my shin splints are feeling it at the moment after 30k. I'm probably not going to run next week because I'll be in England and I have to isolate for my entirety there because I'm only there for 6 days. So if you can give to the cause, then please look for my Twitter for more information.
You do a 10k in the house. How many laps of the house would that be?
Oh, it's a ground floor flat, so it would just not even work. We have a garden. That's like the guy who ran the marathon in his garden. That's what it's going to be like if I tried. With hopefully my cat following me, that would be good, actually.
Oh, yeah, get it done. Thank you very much for joining me on this very festive and very well put together episode. We are both fountains of knowledge. Thank you for anyone who's watching on Boxing Day. Thank you for finding time for joining us, or you thank us for letting you escape from your family. But thank you very much. All of Jasmine's links will be in the description, and so will mine. Why not? If you like the episode, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you're on YouTube. If you're on podcast platforms, thank you. There'll be another episode out next week with someone who I don't know because it's not been recorded yet. But thank you very much. Bye-bye.